The new pope's been elected.
Yeah, who's telling you not to say it?
Chicagoan. How do you pronounce that? Chicagoan?
You've been to Chicago more times than me.
I love Chicago, okay? So I love this
Chicago.
I love this pope, to be honest with you. I don't know a thing about him. I know he was a cardinal before.
Pope Leo?
That's about it. Pope Leo?
The 14th.
Oh, I'm going to start calling him Pope Will. Pope Will.
Why?
Alexis's grandfather, he introduced me second time I met him. I already met this dude, and his name's Leo. And he walks up to me. He's like, "Hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. My name's Will." I was like, "All right, Will," because I forgot his name genuinely. Walking to his house, did I tell you this already, Russ? Yeah. And I get to the front door, and he's like, "Yeah, no worries. My name's Will again, by the way." And then I go into the house, whatever. I leave. I'm like, "Okay." And I tell Alexa, I was like, "I didn't know your grandpa's name is Will." She was like, "Will? His name's Leo." And then I brought it up to him later, like a later date. He was like, "I never told you that." I was like, "Brother, you told me that twice." So I'm going to start calling him Pope Will, is my point.
That makes...
Will and Leo makes no sense. Will and Leo does not even intersect. That's what made it so weird.
So I found this, the popes name themselves. They give them titles.
Okay.
You know that? So Pope Francis picked Pope Francis. Pope Leo picked Pope Leo.
But is that their actual name?
No. His name is...
You're kidding me.
Yeah. Like the Pope before Pope Francis was something with a B.
Was Francis's actual name Francis?
No. He picked the title. Come on, you're supposed to know that you're a Catholic.
I did not know this.
That's sad. You don't know your own
I did not know that.
identity.
Why do they do that?
You should know. You tell me
I don't know. I'm telling you right now, I don't know.
I think they do it because there's been like over 250 popes. And it just makes it easier to track because they do it under names, right? So Francis, this guy is Leo the 14th.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This guy should say His Holiness, but the 14th. He's the 14th. It makes it easier to track, I think, the popes. That's why they do it. And they also do it to pay respect, I think, to the people that have been in the past. I don't know.
That's kind of incredible.
His name is not Leo. It's something else. They pick their own names.
Like Leonidas almost.
I don't know.
Maybe I can call him Leonidas.
Maybe acting like you're going to meet him tomorrow. Figure out what the... You got to figure out his pronouns.
He's the reincarnate of Spartan Leo.
Really?
Yeah. Leonidas. Yeah, from Chicago. From a clock.
Why haven't you been to the Vatican yet?
I would actually love to go to the Vatican. I think the Vatican is probably one of the most interesting countries on the planet.
It's the smallest country.
It is the smallest country within a country.
Why
it's
haven't
a very
you made the
odd
trip
thing.
to meet your Pope yet?
I'm going to be in Italy this summer. Maybe I will.
Maybe?
Maybe I will.
You should go visit the Pope.
Dude, I would love to go to the Vatican.
That's
a beautiful city, man.
Can you let him know about the Amidis?
I absolutely will not. They'll laugh at me. They'll say, "What? Fake religion? We shouldn't be talking. We shouldn't be talking about fake religions here."
Pope Francis was
Amidis.
Look at how ridiculous this guy looks. Pope Francis was always kind to Amidis. That's why I like Pope Francis.
Yeah, Pope Francis was apparently a very, very nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Very nice guy. He's very accepting of people.
Very, very major respect to that guy.
Respectful guy, man.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do to follow in the footsteps of Pope Francis?
I might be the reincarnate of Pope Francis, but I'm Hispanic and he was Italian.
Do you think your brown skin prevents you from ascending the Catholic hierarchy?
No.
No?
I think if I really wanted to, I could do it.
You could be the Pope?
If I really wanted to.
This is why you cannot be the Pope.
But I can't be celibate.
Well, no, actually, I looked into this today. I was.
You did a deep dive.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was curious.
Okay.
So, if you convert to Catholic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Catholicism, not Catholic. It's like saying if you convert to Muslim. If you convert to Catholicism, if you're a Baptist, and you're married, you can still be married.
And be a priest.
Yeah. I looked into this today. Yeah, you can still do that.
I've never heard this.
But if you can't do it the opposite way around, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, you can be apparently.
You can continue being married.
Yes, because you were already married.
Okay, but you can't be a priest.
You can be, according to what I read on the internet, which is not the most reliable resource.
Interesting. I'll check that out. Well, that's really interesting.
So you could technically, if you wanted to,
be a Baptist and then convert to Baptist or Protestant and then convert back to Catholicism.
If you become the Pope, bro, I know the Amidis are right 100%.
What would you do? What would you do? If I became the Pope, first thing I would do, I would lock you up, bro. Done for.
You have no power.
I do, bro.
I would plead to the 1.2 billion Catholics. You are misguided. Come to my fold. This guy is deranged.
Amazing.
No, but that's what they were saying today. The people that aspire the office of Pope, they never become Pope.
Of course,
it's
bro.
always the people that don't want to be leaders. Like this guy is not the most loud person, but he's very quiet, humble to himself, which I admire. Anyways,
I think you can become your sheik.
I should. Sheik.
There's no such Qadiani sheik.
There's no. What do you know? Qadiani sheik. That sounds like a terrorist almost, bro.
Almost.
Qadiani sheik. There's no such thing as a Qadiani sheik. We do have a caliph.
Yeah.
We have a caliph, but the caliph is.
Can you become the caliph?
No.
Why?
Because first of all,
you're part of the league now.
There's no league. It's a very different process. How we elect.
Oh, it's very different than.
Yeah, because we don't have secret ballots.
So what is it then?
You raise hands. You get in
public.
Room. No, it's not in public.
Okay.
It's like
still unanimous though.
Yeah, it has to be unanimous.
It's the same thing. What's the difference?
But there's no secret ballot. You can't campaign for anybody. You can't speak in favor of anybody. You can't.
Yeah, no shit. I don't think the Cardinals are supposed to either.
No, but they're the thing is, I'm not saying one process is better than the other. I'm just saying it's a different process completely. But the way it works is.
But you don't believe that they do before they're choosing the caliph. You don't think, hey, such and such. Do you think he would be a good caliph?
You cannot talk.
I don't believe it.
Well, that's the way it's worked.
No, I'm just saying, like, even before you guys get into the room, right?
No, you can't talk about that.
I believe you're not supposed to. Do I believe they don't?
I'll give you an example. Well, I'll speak from personal experience.
Yes, please.
So I was in Ahmadiyya. There's a system called shura.
Okay.
Which elects the national president of a country.
Mm-hmm.
So every country has a shura that elects the national president, and then it elects the national council.
Okay.
So the secretary of finance, secretary of outreach, they're all elected positions.
Okay.
I was just there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because you're part of the system now.
The shura, but that doesn't elect the caliph. That's completely different.
Okay. But can you get elected to this next process?
You can't. You have to be the national president of a country, and then you, for the most
part.
Do
you want that?
No, you don't. You don't aspire for any of these. I don't think.
No, I'm sure you don't aspire to. Would you accept the invitation?
The thing, there's no invitation.
How does it work? You have to
be elected. I'm telling you the process. I was in the shura room today.
Yeah, you're in the last week,
2 weeks ago in DC. We never talked about the election amongst ourselves. Nobody talked. We got in the room.
Yeah.
People proposed names, and then we raised our hands. And then based on the counts,
to be the president of the U.S.
U.S. I'm the U.S.
And then, are you part of this pool? Is
yes,
what I'm asking.
I was in the shura.
So you can be the president.
No. Anybody's name can be proposed. There was like 5.
My name could be proposed.
Huh?
Technically, my name could be proposed.
Your name could not be proposed because you're not an Ahmadi. But I'm just saying, nobody talks. There's no campaigning.
Yeah.
So, I do believe about the count. There's no campaigning. You get in the room, you pray to God.
Yeah.
You seclude yourself from everybody, and God puts in your heart. And all the hands just go up in unanimity. That's the spiritual process. God.
So, but no. Hypothetically, you are part of this pool.
No,
if they wanted to elect you,
no,
they couldn't.
I'm not.
You're not?
Part, no. I'm just not part. No.
So how can you be part of this pool
of being elected?
Yes, that's.
Sorry, what are you asking about? Caliph, or are you asking about?
No, now I'm saying the president of the country. If you're president of the United States, of Ahmadis.
Okay, so president of Ahmadis.
What's
the criteria?
Yes. Are you part of that pool technically? Hypothetically. I know you didn't get elected.
Honestly, this was my first time that I went.
You're not sure.
I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I don't think so.
But the person that was elected?
No, but the person was elected. I mean, I'm not going to go into details of that because I can't talk about that, actually.
No, what I'm asking is the president that was elected, was he part of your group?
Yes.
Equivalent position that you held? Hold on. Equivalent position that you held?
No. I can't. Hold on. Let me rephrase. Technically, anybody's name can be proposed.
Even mine. Technically.
No, because you're not Ahmadi, bro.
So that's
Ahmadi like saying my name could be proposed on the conclave. Ibrahim,
but that's completely different.
From Cerritos, California.
Because you said anybody, right? So your dad could technically be.
Yeah, any Ahmadi.
Yeah. So
his name can be proposed. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, any Ahmadi's name can be proposed. Technically speaking.
Not a female though.
No, they have a separate entity that is a president. So we have president for female, president for men. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And do they have a female caliph?
There's no. Is there a female pope?
No.
Okay, so
There's no females in cardinals either, though.
What's up?
There's no female cardinals either, or priests or bishops. It's all male.
So we do a shared power.
You guys
then.
do.
Yeah. The men can be caliph. They can't. Women can be caliph, but everything else is.
And
shared.
you guys just elected your president of the United States.
No, I mean, I don't want to go into the details of that because it's still under like approval and stuff, but it's not been certified. But I'm just saying.
Okay,
You know.
but that was kind of. Is that what you guys are doing? Is that are you guys trying to elect the president of the United States right now?
President of the United States. Yeah, the next president's gonna be an Ahmadi
No,
Muslim.
but yeah, you guys basically are. So each country elects their own president. Is it every year?
No, every 3 years.
Every 3 years.
Depends on the country, but yeah.
And then the
3
caliph
years.
is chosen just until they
There's
pass.
no chosen until they pass.
Till they pass.
This is the 5th caliph. He lives in
Fifth
London.
caliph.
Fifth
So young,
Very
bro.
young, 100 years, man. Yeah, very young.
And you believe this is the way?
This is the way, man. This is the way. Yes, indeed. If you
Fifth caliph.
5th caliph, yeah. So the caliphate was established in 1908. So just barely 117 years old. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, can I clarify this? Throughout the Catholic Church, East as well as West, a priest may not marry after ordination. In the Eastern Catholic churches, a married priest is one who married before being ordained. The Roman Catholic Church considers the law of clerical celibacy to be not a doctrine, but a discipline. Interesting. Yeah, so an Eastern Catholic,
So you
which is, yeah, it's interesting, actually.
there you go, man.
Well,
So
because that's technically...
if you want to be Pope, bro, go for it. All right, that's what I'm saying.
No, but Eastern Catholic is a different thing. It's not the same.
It doesn't count.
No, it is. It counts. That's interesting.
Why are you
me,
looking down on Eastern Catholics though?
They're way more orthodox. That's the thing.
Is that a bad thing?
No, I don't care.
So
I'm just curious.
But are they still eligible for every cardinal, whatever bishop?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'll have to look into that.
Do you want to talk about the Pope more, or do you want to talk about India and Pakistan?
Why would we want to talk about India and Pakistan?
Yeah, why?
Two countries that are
Nuclear-
very irrelevant.
Nuclear.
I mean, they'll
forces.
never get to me, so why do I have to care?
They might get to you. They might get to your family members.
I'm in Los Angeles, brother.
They might get to your family.
Family? What
members.
family? I'm not Indian.
You're North Indian. You're 50% North Indian.
I'm not Paki.
You're actually more Indian than anything.
I'm.
Out of all the ethnicities in the world, you're more Indian than any other.
No, that's not
ethnicity.
true.
You told me that.
No,
You're
that's not true.
50% North Indian.
No, I'm not.
You told
I'm
me this.
52% Spanish and Portuguese.
Where did the
I'm
50%
35.
North Indian
I'm
come from?
35% North Indian.
Oh.
Yeah. And I have like 2 or 3% South Indian.
So you're Caucasian.
I have more Spanish blood. I like to say lion. I don't think it's Caucasian.
I like the word Caucasian.
Nah.
Sounds disgusting. Caucasian.
Asian.
Caucasian.
Caucasian?
It does not sound good, buddy.
Does that Asian have a cock? No, Caucasian. Very tiny Filipino cock. Okay.
What do you want to talk about the India-Pakistan crisis?
So interesting. Hold on real quick. What really interests me about the Pope situation is that JD Vance visited him the day before. I think that's so weird. The dude was lucid on Easter.
It was a
So
pre-planned
interesting.
trip.
No. I'm just saying. I think it's crazy that the guy was lucid on Easter and the next day passes. Life is so finite, bro. It's insane.
People are saying JD Vance killed Pope Francis.
I've heard that theory. Why would he do that?
I don't know. JD Vance things, bro. JD Vance also went to India, and a week later,
He
now
met
they're
Modi?
going to war. I'm telling you, he had a whole family vacation in India. He's on a world tour to destroy everything before he becomes president in the next 3 years.
Did he meet Modi?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Modi.
You know what? I actually think if Donald Trump passes,
Yeah.
it's a possibility.
It's a
in
very
these
high
next 3
possibility.
very high possibility.
Probably 10%.
Those Diet Cokes are gonna add up someday. The cheeseburgers, he has a Diet Coke button at the Oval
amazing.
Office. He
I love
presses it. And he
It's a
comes.
Diet Coke.
How is he
Ice
still
with
alive?
ice?
I don't know, man. You
Okay.
gotta ask him.
Diet
Well,
Coke
my
with ice
point
not
is-
bad.
I think JD Vance is plotting a presidential run during the Trump presidency.
Oh yeah.
I think he expects Donald Trump to die.
Oh, I don't think he expects that, but I think he's definitely going to be probably president after.
I think he's actively trying to kill President Trump. That's what I'm trying to say.
I believe you do, conspiracy theorist.
I'm the conspiracy theorist.
You are Kadiani.
Can you explain to me your
I'm sorry, bro.
theory?
just
Can you
nonstop.
explain to me your theory about why you think Donald Trump had a role in the conclave in the papal elections?
I would love that'd actually be my first choice. I would love to be the Pope. If I could be the Pope, I'd probably be the best Pope. That's what he said. He said that would be his first choice, bro. How does the president of the United States say they'd prefer to be a different role? That's kind of crazy, dude.
This is why I think
That's insane.
Donald Trump is not going to be a successful president. It's because of his ego. To have that much of an ego to talk about when the Pope dies and you're just like, it just makes it's like, okay, we get it, bro. You think you're the shit.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Conor McGregor also posted a picture of himself as the Pope, and he says, "I'm back, motherfucker."
You know what he's trying to do, Conor McGregor? He's trying to be get into politics in Ireland.
Yeah.
He wants to be.
A lot of people want him to be president, bro. It's weird.
He wants to be the Donald Trump of Ireland.
Yeah.
The only problem is
he's not smart.
He's not Donald Trump. He's just not. He's a wannabe Donald Trump who got whooped in the ass by Khabib. Like, he just got destroyed.
And Dustin Poirier.
There you go. How many fights did he lose? And how many fights?
5, I think.
5 fights lost?
Loser, huh?
He's a loser. I can't stand that guy.
Really?
No, I can't stand that guy.
He fucked up Cowboy Cerrone.
He was disrespecting Khabib's father. You don't do that.
I disagree with that, and I also disagree with talking shit about another man's wife. I don't think that's right.
When you yourself are domestic violence, whatever, sexual assault or predator of all the things.
No,
in the
I don't
world.
think he's any of that. I don't think
He's been accused. Look it up. Sexual assault lawsuits.
No, bro, he's never been convicted of any of that.
Look, he was. Okay, you know, if he wasn't convicted, you probably.
Hey, I don't think
he
he's
was
been convicted.
very, very heavy accusations have been levied against the man. Conor
I
McGregor.
definitely know he practices infidelity. 100%. He's an infidel.
He's
Infidel.
Yeah, he's literally an infidel.
He is. It sounds so much worse, doesn't it? Say you're an infidel, but all it means is you cheat.
So any person who cheats on their partner is an infidel. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Bill Clinton was an infidel. The first infidel president of the United States.
Oh, Monica Lewinsky, what are you making us do, man?
That's crazy. You ever think about that? Monica Lewinsky,
Yeah.
21 years old? Or was she 20?
No.
Or was she a teenager?
No.
She was an intern of the White House, buddy. She was in her 20s.
No, she was in her teens, though, bro.
Can you look that up, please, right now? You're the quant for the episode. Monica Lewinsky age. I think she was a 20, maybe 19.
Okay.
Very high possibility. She was definitely in her early 20s, though.
Age at scandal. 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, that's still crazy.
And lasted 18 months.
18
Yeah.
months?
That's
18 months?
18 months.
Damn.
That's insane.
The president of the United States. Wow.
Yeah. Good for that guy, huh?
Good for that's horrible for him. His whole
Look at
life
that.
has been
Wow,
tarnished.
she looks way older. Oh my god.
He still hasn't publicly apologized to her. Yeah, she looks
To
younger.
Hillary?
To her. No, yeah, I think
Oh my god, she looks like she's at least 35.
in the picture.
Yes, and she was 22, brother.
Yeah, white people age very. She looks better now, I think.
Yes, huh? She looks better now.
No, I mean, I don't know, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Monica Lewinsky, brother.
With an intern, not even like a staffer.
Dude, that's insane.
not even like
I'm
somebody.
surprised
like,
it wasn't the maid, though.
It was like 30 years younger. He's done that before, I think. the maid
Arnold.
thing. No, Bill Clinton has.
With the maid?
I think so. I believe so.
Well, he definitely has a thing for people that have a lower role in him.
You think that's what it is? People
I think
in power?
so. I think power is definitely a what's the word?
Corrupting?
No, like a
Shallow?
no. When you're into something weird,
Fetish?
I think power is a fetish.
Do you think you have this fetish? I think so.
Of power? Come to me, young.
I think you have a
Galliani.
fetish.
Let me teach you the ways
I
of
think
religion.
you have a fetish for Qadianis.
Let me
I think
teach you
have
the
a fetish
ways.
for-
Let me teach you the ways of religion.
I think you have a fetish for not working out your legs. That's another fetish.
My legs are very
Just
strong.
Not ever touching your legs.
My legs
ever
are
in the
stronger
gym.
than yours.
They're not stronger.
Guaranteed.
I've been.
I will
going-
squat more than you. Guaranteed.
I don't squat.
Okay,
Period.
but I'm just saying I will squat more than you.
What's another?
I'll leg press more than you.
No, you can't. That's no. I've been going. You know what, plyo?
I will. I'm sorry to tell you, I actually will though.
When was the last time you hit legs? How many years has it been?
Not a year.
You really think your
I
legs are stronger than
guarantee
mine?
my legs are stronger than yours.
What makes you say?
I'm very confident.
How much do you think you can leg press right now?
Leg press?
Yeah.
I can squat 285.
I don't squat. I have no reference. I don't squat.
So if
Back to
I
your
can
back.
squat 285, I can leg press A lot more than that.
Like what?
Probably
It's about 5 plates each side.
285? No, that's 2.5 plates. 5 plates total.
So give me a number. How much do you think you can leg press?
I could probably leg press 3 or 4, like probably 4 plates. I've done 4 plates
So
before.
give me a total amount. How much? Like 350 pounds?
No, 4 plates is like what
Each
4
side.
each side. 4 times 45 is what? So 90, 180, 360, 360, 400, something like that. Yeah.
You could leg press 360?
Yeah, more easy.
Yeah, I'm beating that.
No, you're not.
I'm beating that.
How much? How much?
I could do 400 pounds. Leg press, yeah.
I could
400
do more
pounds.
than that.
I could do more, whatever it is your max is.
I
is
can.
what
I'm sorry to tell you, bro. But
Your legs?
I need
Okay.
proof, bro.
I'll-
I need you to record yourself. Dude.
Me?
Yeah.
Proof from this guy.
he's been there. He's been
You seen him
there.
do leg presses? How much does he do? What's the max he's done?
No. I mean, yeah, squats. He didn't see me do leg press. But this
Yeah,
is
why do you
any
squat?
gym bro knows that if you can squat, whatever you squat, you leg press. You leg press a lot more.
Okay, I don't squat. I'm not a gym bro.
You leg press 450.
Do you think your legs are stronger than his?
Absolutely. But not with squat. Squat is different.
Squat uses more of your back, right?
Squat is a lot of.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's core and everything. Leg press. I want to see if I can do 450. I haven't been to a gym in years.
And you still believe that you can beat me in leg press?
I guarantee I beat you.
India and Pakistan.
Okay, man.
I guarantee.
I will let you have the small victory. Congratulations.
It's deceiving. My legs are deceiving.
Says every dude that doesn't go to the gym and works. out.
No, that's not true though, bro. They actually are deceiving.
Can you stand up real quick for the camera? Show him.
No, it's okay. That I won't do.
Yeah, let me see those 450 pounds.
It's strong. I tell you.
Strong motherfucker. If I kicked you, you'd go across the room. I'm basically Leonidas. That's just what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay, you have stronger legs. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you. Anyways,
How do you feel? You feel good?
how do we go from the Pope to my legs, bro?
I don't know. It's been a long. The topic of today's podcast is going to be India versus Pakistan. So far, it's your legs and the Pope.
Okay. Why? Okay, give me the backstory on India versus Pakistan from 1947.
Okay. From 1947?
Yeah.
You don't want to go back 1,000 years? You want to go back 2,000?
You- did it start earlier?
4,000,
Well,
5,000? No,
Muslim
modern-
versus Hindu. I don't really want to talk about that because
Let's
that's
talk about that. Let's talk about everything.
neither are real religions.
Neither. That's Hindus and Muslims combined
Are more
the
than
majority.
Christians. Yeah.
Interesting. So we need to be united to
You
destroy.
Hate each other is the problem. You guys despise each
See,
other.
Okay, here's a history lesson. 1947, as you know, the British controlled India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh.
Mm-hmm.
1947, the British leave.
Yeah.
India becomes its own state. Pakistan becomes its own state. Now, modern day Bangladesh is still Pakistan. They called it East Pakistan at that time.
Sorry, modern day.
Bangladesh is
Yes.
still Pakistan in
Right,
1947.
I know this. Yeah, my
In 1947.
my family lived there. Yeah.
You know that? Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You got
Thanks.
some
My family lived there. My aunt was born there actually.
Your aunt was born there?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
She was a Pakistani. What year was she born? You should
My
know
mom was
this.
76, so she was 68. 60.
Never mind. I take my congratulations back.
Six?
She was a Bengali. She's not a Pakistani.
Yeah, no. She's
'Cause
Bengali.
that's
That's
when
what I told you.
Bangladesh-
Yeah. It was literally in that time frame. So she was born, and then like a few years later, this happened with Pakistan.
So interesting. So she was one of the first Bengalis, like truly
Yeah.
interesting. So 1947, this happens, right? But there's a small area in between India and Pakistan. It's
Mhm.
called Kashmir.
Kashmir.
Kashmir, not Kashmir. Kashmir, bro.
Like Kush?
No, I know. Don't go there.
Like Kush?
Kashmir. K-A-S. It's like cash.
Yeah.
K-A-S-H-M-I-R.
Kashmir.
Kashmir. There you go. You can say it the white way.
Kashmir.
Kashmir.
Is that where Kashmir comes from?
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was spelled differently though.
No, that's where it comes. Yeah, Kashmir is like
C-A-
M-A-R-E.
Yeah.
Right?
Cashmere.
I think it comes from the Kashmir because Kashmir exports a lot of stuff.
A lot of
It's-
textiles?
Yes, I believe so. It has
Okay.
also very valuable minerals. It's called the Switzerland of the subcontinent. It's beautiful, bro. You would love that. Kashmir
Actually?
is one of the most. I swear to you. Look it up. It's one of the. Look it up on.
In India?
It's so that's what I'm trying to get to.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
like a disputed territory.
Yeah.
And in 1949,
Yeah.
after a lot of stuff that happened, India controlled a portion and
Mhm.
Pakistan controlled a portion.
Okay.
But at this point, they were both semi-autonomous.
Yeah. Wow, it is very beautiful.
It's very beautiful. Can we show this to the camera?
Well,
They can't really see, can they?
yeah. You guys
It's
are
fine.
welcome.
Yeah, you can Google Kashmir.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
Google Kashmir, brother.
So 1947, everything separates, but Kashmir is still like a disputed territory.
Okay.
The UN offers for there to be a plebiscite, which means an election.
A plebiscite.
Plebiscite is an election
Okay.
amongst the Kashmiris to decide who do they want to go with. At the time, Hari Singh was a Hindu person.
Mm-hmm.
He was the emperor of Kashmir. He said, "I want to go with India," and but a lot of the people were Muslim. They did not want to go with India.
Yeah.
Regardless, a lot of stuff happened. The election never happened.
Okay.
So in 1949, India and Pakistan had a treaty. India said, "Let me control this part."
Yeah.
Pakistan said, "Okay, we'll control this part."
Okay.
And since then, they have fought 2 wars over this land. Now, to this day, India says we control all of this territory. And Pakistan says, no, we control all of this territory. But clearly, there is a line of control. It's like an artificial border that separates the Indian Kashmiri side
Yeah.
from the Pakistani Kashmiri side. You understand?
I
You
understand,
following?
yeah,
You
yeah.
following what's going on? So 1965, war happens.
Okay. 65.
1965. India supports Bangladesh to become its own independent nation.
Okay.
So East Pakistan
Why?
is gone. Huh?
Why does India support
Well,
them?
because it doesn't want Pakistan to have more land. Think about that.
So they'd rather have another country be
yeah, then
formed.
Pakistan have more land. Yeah.
Interesting.
The hatred goes down. Yeah.
That's insane.
It's also important to mention India is primarily Hindu.
Yeah.
1.2 billion Hindus, but there are also like 300 million Muslims there.
Right.
Pakistan is a small country, 250 million Muslims. So there's actually more Muslims in India
Yeah.
than Pakistan because it's so big.
Than Pakistani even citizens.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Also, Kashmir, that's controlled by India right now, is the only state in India that is Muslim majority. So of all the states in India, right? Gujarat, where Jenish comes from, our friend.
Yeah. Me too.
You as well. Yo, there you go. Yeah, 35% of where you come from.
I've heard that we're the best Indians.
The
Gujaratis.
Gujaratis. That's what they like to say.
Yeah.
The president of India, prime minister is
Is
a
Gujarati. Well,
Narendra Modi.
and there's not many of us I've heard as well.
He has a Napoleon complex. Yes. So
Modi is Gujarati.
yeah, he's Gujarati. I believe so. Yes. So
We're
Kashmir.
winning.
So Kashmir is the only Muslim majority province or
Okay.
state in India.
Kashmir.
But it has enjoyed semi-autonomy since a very, very long time, right?
Similar to Taiwan.
No.
No.
Taiwan's completely different. Because Taiwan, China.
That's as if Pakistan was
But
saying, India's saying, I own Pakistan. But Pakistan's like, no, we're our own thing.
Yeah, but imagine if China annexed Taiwan.
How about Hong
Actually,
Kong?
That's different. That's
Okay.
different, right? Because Hong Kong really is part of
But
China. now.
kind of China, yeah, you're right. But they don't
You know.
want to be. But China's like, that's
But
like
they- but
Texas
they-
taking off, right? And then
Yeah,
US,
but the thing is, Kashmir,
yeah,
they are now technically now part of India. Because in 2019,
okay,
India revoked Article 376 of the Indian Constitution,
Uh-huh.
which gave Kashmir semi-autonomy. That gave them
semi-autonomy.
semi-autonomy. So they took it away. And why do they want to do this? One of the reasons why is Narendra Modi is really governed by this Hindu nationalistic philosophy where he wants India to be united.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's done this. And India is a very diverse country. There's Punjabis,
Yeah.
Gujaratis, a lot of different people that live there. And they all want to have some sort of autonomy. Not all of them. Not as much as Kashmir. Kashmir's next level, steroid
Yeah.
level autonomy. But wherever he sees like this, like kind of like their own independence, he tries to squash it. So in Kashmir in 2019, the parliament, the Congress, they revoked this constitutional element that gave Kashmir its semi-autonomy, and they made it legal for non-residents of Kashmir to move there. A lot of people are saying, well, he wants Hindus to move in there, so it becomes more Hindu majority. And since 2019,
Yeah.
they have tried to control Kashmir in a very authoritarian way. So much so, there have been no local elections in Kashmir for the last 5 years. No local elections, which means the local authorities in Kashmir,
Yeah.
the part that India controls, they're not cooperating with the national intelligence services. There's a very big intelligence gap because the local elections are not happening. And also the Kashmiris in Indian side Kashmir, they don't want to be a part of India.
Okay, real quick. So let me just get this straight.
Yeah.
So Kashmir, it's not its own
Kashmir,
entity. It's not its own country.
It's not.
It wants to be though.
So the Indian side of Kashmiris, they want to be
Indian.
either their own country or they want to be with Pakistan, but they do
Or
not want to be
Pakistan. They don't want to be part of India.
because India for the last like since since 1989, bro, there's been this like militant movement in Kashmir that wants its independence. More of them actually want an independent Kashmir. But if you had to make them pick between India and Pakistan, my guess would be they would say more Pakistan.
Okay.
Right?
Do they want more independence or Palestine wants more independence?
That's completely different. Completely different. It's different. It's different.
But who's more like drawn to
Different. Come on,
independence?
you can't compare. It's very
But
different.
who's more drawn to independence?
What
Would
do
you
you mean?
say? Who wants independence more, Kashmir or
This is a terrible
Palestine?
comparison. You can't compare. Very two different situations. What's happening in Palestine is tragic. It's way different.
Okay. I'm just messing around.
Yeah, it's way different than Kashmir.
You
though.
care more because they're Muslim and people in
but
Kashmir is
Palestinians are
half
Kashmir.
Hindu.
No, they're Kashmiri as well. Well, no,
Kashmiri?
Kashmiri, they're Muslim.
Palestinians?
They're both Muslim. Yeah, Palestinians are Muslim. For the
Yeah,
most part.
but
They're also
Kashmiri's
Christian.
half Muslim, half
60,
Hindu.
majority Muslim.
Oh, now it's majority.
No, it's been majority Muslim.
Oh, 60%.
Yeah,
So okay, slight majority.
Muslim. Yeah.
Okay.
Majority Muslim.
Slight
Well, no,
majority.
Palestinians, bro, Catholics. So many.
A lot of
Catholics.
Catholic Palestinians.
A lot of Catholic Palestinians. Your Pope, we mentioned Pope Francis. His last wish was to convert his Pope Mobile into a self-operating hospital in Gaza.
His Pope Mobile.
Yes,
Mobile?
the
Oh,
mobile
mobile.
hospital. That's what they called it, a Pope Mobile, because they usually traveled in limos, and Pope Francis was the first Pope to travel in a
Yeah, Mobile.
mobile. Sorry.
Oh, that's
Pope,
I'm like wait.
Pope Mobile.
Yeah, Pope Mobile. That's a great name. It's like the Batmobile.
They called it the Pope Mobile.
That
because
is
he's a humble guy.
amazing.
Yeah, and now that they're converting that exact thing into a hospital in Gaza. That was his last wish.
Oh, good.
So what was I talking about? Kashmir.
So Kashmir. Okay, now get back on track.
Yeah, so my point is Kashmir is a disputed territory.
Mhm.
It's important to both countries because it's very beautiful, very
Yeah.
resourceful. Minerals there. Water flows through there. A lot of Pakistan's water flows through there.
Sure, a lot of oil.
I don't think oil is that.
Really?
No. I don't.
Near waterways.
But agriculture is a very big part of their,
Okay.
export. Are you following what I'm saying so far?
now
Yeah.
is Pakistan, India, is that their biggest issue, Kashmir?
Yes.
That is their biggest issue.
That is why. So why did everything happen right now?
my
Right.
God. Okay.
Since 1989,
They're fools, by the way.
Kashmiri militants
Yeah.
have wanted independence. They're kind of tired of India. So what do? They blow up things to retaliate. So they blow up Indian military, posts. Like in 2016, actually I think it happened in 2019. They blew up like a post where 40 paramilitary forces of Indian people were there. Militant forces blew it up. Like every 3-4 years, these militants do these attacks that kill Indians. They do kill Indians for sure. And India accuses Pakistan of harboring these terrorists and saying that Pakistan is actually causing war because they're funding these terrorist groups. They're the ones behind the attacks. So recently,
that's true.
2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, that's not the most recent attack. There's been no evidence that Pakistan was behind it.
But I mean, there is evidence that Pakistan does host a lot of terrorists historically.
I'm thinking because it's complex. Right? The war on terror happened.
Yeah.
A lot of things have happened.
They host them. It's not like they are them, but they host
They're like,
them.
come on, you want to go some dinner?
Well, they do host them.
Just hang out in my backyard. I think it's been true that the Pakistani government strategically uses terrorism to its advantage, for sure. I would agree with that. But the Kashmiri stuff is very different, bro, because the attack that happened 2 weeks ago on April 22nd,
Yeah.
these tourists in India, in the Kashmiri part of India, were traveling, and these militants killed 25 Indian civilians
Okay.
and 1 Nepalese civilian. Soon as that happened, India immediately said it's Pakistan. Now, Pakistan, to their credit, they said it's not us, but don't take our word for it. Let's do an independent United Nations investigation that finds out. Let's actually find out who did it.
Yeah.
And India was like, nah. Like you're gonna
You're
gonna tort the evidence. You're gonna do stuff with that.
probably.
No, but if you want an impartial investigation,
I'm joking. Yes.
yeah, if you want an impartial investigation, the investigators get to decide what actually happened. So Pakistan did welcome that. India denied it. What did India do? India just conducted airstrikes against Pakistan.
Yeah.
9 airstrikes that killed 31 people.
What city was it in?
It was all over. So it was in Bahawalpur, which is a city in Punjab. It was in
Okay.
Muzaffarabad, which is in the Pakistani administered Kashmir area. Killed a kid, killed some woman. Basically, they killed a bunch of innocent people. But they said, we attacked places that harbored terrorism. We attacked the posts of these terrorists. That's what they're saying.
And these
No
are big
evidence.
cities, though.
No, they're not big cities.
Oh, wow.
Muzaffarabad is a big city. That's like the main city in
Muzaffarabad.
Muzaffarabad. Yeah, they're not like
I have an uncle
LA.
named Zafar.
Zafar. Me
Yeah.
too.
Do you?
Yeah, uncle.
Oh,
Yeah, my
yeah.
mom's brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Zafar. Yeah.
Small world. So what was I saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all these events in 2019, bro. They almost went to war. Indian jets flew over Pakistan, and Pakistan shot them down, and Pakistan captured an Indian soldier.
Okay.
And that war didn't escalate because they returned the Indian soldier. The Indian soldier had a cup of tea with the Pakistani soldiers. It was kind of like a bromance.
Okay.
Like a war bromance. It was on the brink of nuclear war in 2019. It was very close.
Yeah.
Similar stuff happened. A terrorist attack happened. Try to blame Pakistan. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Things got de-escalated because Trump's administration was very careful in negotiating. Because at the time, if you remember, American troops were in Afghanistan. Now there's no troops in Afghanistan, which neighbors India and Pakistan.
So now it's a little more dangerous.
So they don't really care as much because what do you know?
Yeah. So, dang, I'm curious about Janish's take on this.
And also,
Uh-huh.
right now, America does not have any ambassador to India or Pakistan. That's how much Donald Trump doesn't really care about this. I mean, he is interested. He has made statements, but he doesn't want to be directly involved is the right word.
Yeah.
But there's no ambassadors.
Because there's no way it's gonna happen.
But we have an ambassador to like Poland. Don't. This might happen. I'm really concerned something might happen.
I think a war is gonna happen between you guys.
But the war has already begun.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
so
Pakistan's retaliating back.
do you think that Modi is a war criminal?
Yes. Because when he was the minister in Gujarat, a lot of Muslims got killed, and he did nothing about it. So he basically, yeah. I mean, a war criminal.
Well, you just said he killed innocent people.
He covered it up. You know, like I don't know if he directly was. I don't know much about those riots in Gujarat. So,
But you're saying recently he went to Zafarbad or whatever, Muzaffarabad. Or was that in 2019?
no, this just happened.
That
Like
was
2 days ago.
So, but you said he
India
killed
conducted
innocent
those
people.
strikes.
Yeah. But that is
He
Modi,
killed
no?
innocent people. That is.
Like you say, Trump is America. You would say Modi is India, no?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think I would say Modi is a war criminal. Yeah. That would be a good assertion to make. Yeah. I would stand by that.
Would Jenish agree or disagree with you?
Jenish would not. He was obsessed with Modi. He's like a Modi supporter. He's like Donald Trump supporter but on steroids.
Wow, now I'm very curious about his take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so India, just for reference, the BJP political party that
BJP
controls India.
Yeah.
It's
Modi was
very-
part of the BJP.
Modi runs BJP. It's like
Before he became president or anything.
yeah. He was
Yeah.
very instrumental. He was the chief minister of Gujarat.
Yeah.
But
And he came from nothing.
Modi, yeah,
He's pretty much like
Yeah.
Putin.
he's
Not
Sure.
like Trump. Trump was somewhere.
yes. Trump was a very
Wealthy man.
very, very poor 100 millionaire.
So who runs Pakistan? It's just the military, right? It's not like a person.
No, there's a democracy, but the military. Yeah,
It's a
It's a
democracy.
democracy.
Or civilized.
It's a democracy by name. We have elections here and there that are not corrupted.
Okay.
Yeah, so the military
Pretty much
is
runs
the
it,
most powerful force but it is a democracy.
But is there a prime minister?
Yeah, there's a prime minister, there's a president.
There's
right
still a
now.
prime minister?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought there wasn't really one after.
There was in the
Imran.
1990s.
Okay.
So early 2000s, there was martial law, which means the military chief
Took over. Yeah.
Pervez Musharraf. But yeah, that's the fault of Pakistan too. So for context,
So sad, bro.
right now,
Yeah.
the military is the least credible it has perhaps ever been
Mhm.
because of the forcible removal of Imran Khan, who was rotting away in prison. Free
Yeah.
Imran Khan. We've talked about this. The man is
Still there.
They took away his books. They can't contact his sisters. He's literally in a cell.
Is he in the hole? Does he
He's-
have light?
I don't know if he has light, bro. They're going pretty harsh on him. But the country still loves him.
That's so
They're still
weird.
obsessed with
Yeah.
the man. But the military,
That's insane.
the reason why he's in jail is because he spoke out against the military. He was like, enough of this mafia.
Yeah.
These military people are crazy. Let's just stop with this nonsense. And it was
That's a
whole
movie,
thing.
bro. That is a movie
Bro,
scene.
4 bullets in his leg. Never forget that. This is a 70-year-old man
Yeah.
who actually took bullets, unlike the president of the United States who got lucked out.
Well, just on his leg.
Bro,
They weren't aiming for his head.
4 bullets.
They weren't aiming for his head.
They were aiming for his head. The man was lucky. God save
So what,
him,
he did
bro.
like a flip and then his
Bro, he
leg
just took
got.
the bullets. Bro,
They weren't aiming for his
it was
head.
a
bro.
car. Yes, they were. It was a car. He was going through a rally. the people, the military of the Pakistan of the Pakistan wanted to be pilots, and they wanted to kill. They wanted to be pilots, but they wanted to kill.
Do you think Modi was behind this?
No,
You think Modi is in relation to them?
no, nothing to do with Imran Khan. Modi.
Does Imran Khan get along with Modi?
No, he's actually been saying Modi is this like Hindu crazy.
He's been saying this?
He's been saying this.
How do you guys get communication from him?
Because he was in power, 3 years ago.
Yeah, but okay, but the last
During
3
his
years,
So
there's been no word.
No, he's been in jail for the last year.
So he's able to talk to people then. He is able to talk to lawyers.
The lawyer comes in like once a month or something. Yes. And
why did they let him in? If I was a military pack, I wouldn't let anybody in.
He's on trial for 70 cases. He still has to go to court and show
70
up.
cases?
Bro. They put the wildest.
Oh, so
claims
he's
on
gonna
the
be
guy.
there forever, just his case count.
Unless the Pakistani military is like, whoa, Imran Khan's the only leader that can really.
They
carry
won't
this
do that.
country.
Why would they do that?
They change their mind very often. The military thinks they're the shit, but they're the lead. They're very.
But they've been disillusioned.
They have been. The military thinks they're like this genius force that is just like,
Yeah.
But they're not. They make errors like any other person does.
Well, they're not America, so they're definitely not a genius force. Sorry to tell them.
The Pakistani military is one of the strongest militaries in the world. That's the one thing that the country.
I'm sorry, but they will be devastated if U.S. goes in
Yes,
there.
because the U.S. has $1 trillion military budget. Yes.
Yes.
No shit. Thank you for
Sorry
pointing
to
out.
tell you.
Yes, the America would destroy Pakistan.
I'm sorry to tell you, Pakistan.
America
but
would destroy, I think, most countries, if not, except for
country.
Russia and China. They would destroy every.
No, they would definitely destroy Russia or China individually.
No.
100%.
No. Russia
I
against
put
U.S.
my whole savings down on that.
But nuclear arsenal, right? Like they would both destroy each other. There's nothing.
No, but at the end of the day, I mean, maybe we'll be dead, but somebody will be a victor.
No, there's no victory in the war.
That's why
I
the
was
U.S.
telling
won World
Russ.
War II.
Did we really win World War II? I don't
Well,
know.
that's what they say. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
There's a victor in.
There's no victory in
historical
war.
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they say there is. They say we won Vietnam, which
That's
makes
a
no
lie.
sense. That's a
So
lie.
we lost Vietnam. We
Yeah.
lost Iraq. We lost Afghanistan. What is one war that America won? January 6th? That's the war that we won?
No, we won the Civil War.
The Civil War. Oh, the North did. Not the South. The North did. Alabama's still down.
We've won the Revolution.
That is the biggest, the only war that I would give
The
America
French
credit.
Revolution?
Yeah.
No, like
What are you talking about?
what? Sorry, not the French Revolution.
Yeah.
What am I
The
saying?
American Revolution, yeah.
No, after the American
The
Revolution.
War of 1812?
1830 ago. The French people.
The War of
yes.
1812, yeah.
I say we took that dub.
Okay, the War of 1812, sure.
Took that dub.
Well,
I say
the Korean War, you could say.
we beat Japan. I don't Korea even, I don't know. But I would say we beat Japan.
After going to Hiroshima, bro. Come on.
We did beat them. I'm sorry to tell you, Genghis Khan beat a lot of motherfuckers with his nukes.
His biggest nuke was genitalia. That was his biggest nuke. Biggest nuke was the 1-inch Punisher that
Yes,
punished
sir. Very large man.
1/8 of the global population. But do you understand what's happening in Indian Pakistan? Right?
Yeah.
So Kashmir,
I get
is
what you're saying,
disputed
though.
territory, and something else for context
Yeah.
is Modi has always been this very nationalistic guy. And
Yeah.
he has promised. He was like kidding around. He was like, "We're not just saving our nukes for Diwali." Like he joked around in 2019. I was like,
That's a great one.
what are you trying to say? You know what they're doing Diwali, right? They do fireworks.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty good.
He's like toyed around with this idea of like being this macho.
Because he
Indian
knows he would
man.
destroy Pakistan.
If India and Pakistan go to war,
Yeah.
genuinely, it's a fair
No
fight.
way. So
It
what I will
It is
say
a fair fight.
is there's going to be a lot more devastation in India because there's a lot more people.
Yeah.
But land-wise, I guarantee India comes on top.
No, but here's why. Do you know that? So India and Pakistan, 7th and 8th most powerful military countries in the world. 7th and 8th. That's insane. That's actually insane.
That's not insane. It's insane if there were one or two.
That's America. Nobody's gonna beat America.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be America.
I'm just saying they're very
Just be
close
proud of who you are, bro.
Militarily, they're very closely matched. In cricket, it's different. India is completely the superior country. I will
Fuck
admit.
cricket.
It's
Yes,
not, that's
that is
India
not a real
thinks.
thing.
India has been operating like we're a cricketing nation. Like
No,
that
they have
represents.
not,
I'm
are
telling
they?
you, bro. They're underestimating Pakistan. The Pakistani, 80% of Pakistan's budget goes to the military. 80%.
It's 7 India and 8 is Pakistan.
Something like that. I don't know.
Or it's
vice
one or the
versa.
other.
They're basically very closely matched.
Okay.
They have about the same amount of nuclear armed forces. Their air force, Pakistani air force, is a lot better than Indian air force.
You really believe that Pakistan does have nukes, though?
Yes.
You don't think it's just claims?
No, it has claims.
it's just
Nuclear. What do you think? It's a facade.
I think it's a facade.
You know who actually helped? Why do you believe in conspiracy theories, bro? Who
Like
broke you?
I'm pretty positive they're
Who
like
broke your
Iran.
heart? No.
I'm pretty sure they're like
It's
Iran.
not. It's
yeah,
actually not. It's not.
it's like Bush. What Bush said.
Pakistan has nuclear.
Iran is. What did he say? Iran has.
No, he said Iraq.
No,
Has weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah,
in Iraq.
Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, basically Iraq.
Iran is trying to have nuclear
Iran
weapons.
did have nukes at one point, right?
They're trying to have. They've never had nuclear.
Are you sure? I think they.
100%.
There was claims that they did though.
They're building facilities in Iran. So Israel has been saying that Iran has nuclear facilities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now Pakistan it's been documented. So there's only a handful of countries that documented.
Like UN has gone in there, visually seen things.
Yeah.
How do I be one of those
Israel-
guys?
Israel.
Are those peacemakers that
America.
go in there?
No,
check
I
that
don't know
out?
who goes in there.
Uh-huh.
America, China, Russia, UK, France, Germany, Israel,
Brazil.
India, Pakistan. I don't think Brazil has nuclear weapons.
I think they have like 3.
No. Where are you getting these numbers from?
'Cause I've seen like a list before.
They might. I don't think they just have 3 though.
I'm just gonna put who has nukes.
Which countries have nuclear weapons?
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put who. Okay, Russia, U.S., China, France, UK, India, Pakistan, Israel, North Korea, Belarus.
Belarus, yeah.
Not Brazil.
Russia's neighbor. Wow. I don't know Belarus.
Belarus.
Yeah. So that's like basically Russia, because Belarus is basically Russia.
Yeah.
Russia controls Belarus. Which else? So what about Germany? Germany doesn't have nuclear weapons?
No, they had to go nuclear proliferation. Remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me we can bomb, just
True.
take out the Nazi?
They got the Jew.
That's crazy. No, there's no Jews there.
There are Jews in Germany.
Very few.
Yeah, but
They all left, man. That's the problem.
now they're in Israel and they do it.
I don't blame them. They got traumatized.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at how many nukes does Belarus have. I don't mean to be rude.
How many nukes does Brazil have? That was the question. You're getting sidetracked.
I know.
That's what the internet does to you, Matthew. How many?
Hold on.
I don't think Brazil
No,
has nuclear
no.
weapons.
Hold on. Stat.
They're too
Belarus
busy
has
playing
not-
soccer, man.
Not yet signed or ratified the treaty of the prohibition of nuclear weapons. Belarus.
How many?
Sorry, Brazil. Let me go back
Look
to
up
Brazil.
Brazil, yeah. As you're speaking,
Yeah.
though, a lot.
No weapons.
Yeah, no weapons.
Okay. I thought they had like 3.
There you go.
Okay. Sorry.
So India and Pakistan documented. You know who
Both
helped
have.
Pakistan get nuclear weapons?
U.S.
No. Do you know a man? It's an Ahmadi man, Dr. Abdul Salam. Isn't that wild, bro?
He did?
I swear to you.
Oh, that's why he has the what's it called?
The Nobel Prize in Physics is something very different.
It had nothing
Because
to do with
nothing to
nuclear
do.
weapons.
No, he, I forget what exactly.
Nothing
it
to do
was.
with nuclear fission?
I forget exactly what he got the Nobel Prize.
He's your
all I know
uncle.
is he's not my uncle.
And uncle.
All I know is it was something in physics. He got a Nobel Prize. I'm not a physicist, but he was instrumental in getting Pakistan its nuclear weapons.
Good for them, man.
Basically, we are what we are because of the Ahmadis, the Qadianis.
You know what's so sad, bro?
I'm telling you.
It's actually the saddest thing ever,
What?
dude. And it is what it is because I have some blood, some roots over there.
Yeah.
But when you have to like try to justify like your power or like try to, basically puff your chest out a little bit, that probably means you don't have that much power.
No.
And it's like you're trying to like prove it. They just try to prove it. It's insane. It's so sad, dude.
Well, it's not. It's because it's like Pakistan categorically punishes Ahmadis to such a degree that it makes us feel.
No,
Like,
I'm not
we're
saying
not-
you. I'm saying
Yeah.
Pakistan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Pakistan
okay.
does. Like it makes Ahmadis feel like so because
Like little.
Yeah, but little. And when all this stuff is
Good.
happening against India and
Uh-huh.
Pakistan, yeah, good. I'm here now. All the stuff that's happening between India and Pakistan, the Pakistani Association of Ahmadis came out and said, "We will fight for our country. We will do whatever it takes." So Ahmadis are not only the most loyal people; they've also contributed so
Mhm.
much, and the country doesn't care about us. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
That's besides the point. So India and Pakistan, war is happening. Kashmir, that's the disputed territory.
So you think Pakistan's gonna win?
There's no winning in war. What's gonna eventually?
Who's gonna
happen?
come out on top? Who do you think?
There's
would?
no such thing, bro. Who's gonna come? It's gonna happen. So
In terms of power, who's gonna come out on top? Yeah.
wait, let me tell you something. So these terrorist attacks have been happening for the last like couple decades,
Okay.
and this is the first time India has taken like these crazy steps, and Pakistan has said we're gonna respond either exactly or more. So
So now we're waiting for Pakistan's response.
yeah, we're waiting for Pakistan's response.
See, why doesn't India just double down and go again? Why do they have to wait?
Double down and do what? Kill more innocent people?
Yeah.
Because there's a reputation on the line. What are you talking about?
Do they care?
There's rules of war. Yeah, they do care. India is not like Israel, bro. Well, I hope they're not. Israel does not give a shit. Israel is a straight up genocidal state.
Well, the U.S. took very grave action against
Who?
Japan.
This is 70, 80 years ago.
What is? That's nothing in
But
terms
why
of time.
why were they doing that? Because Japan refused to surrender. Japan also did Pearl
Well, Pakistan
Harbor.
is refusing to surrender.
No, okay, hold on. You're misunderstanding. If every single thing that I just said is like you didn't listen. The terrorist attack that happened.
Bro, it's honestly just fun to talk about this.
But the terrorist
Yeah.
attack that happened was a militant group.
I know, bro. I know it's not actually Pakistan. I'm aware.
But you know,
yes.
the Pearl Harbor attack was the government
Yeah,
of Japan.
I'm
That's completely different.
I'm messing around here, bro. I'm just trying to find funny
Yeah,
comparisons.
it's completely different.
Yeah.
That's why it's so like they keep going to war because India keeps saying Pakistan is harboring terrorists. Pakistan keeps saying it's not really our fault that these people want their own independence in Kashmir because you've been treating them so badly.
So if India had its option, would it take Pakistan back?
India cannot take Pakistan.
No, I'm just if it had its would Modi say if they had an option, would Modi say yes, we'll take this territory back?
because they want a separate Hindu nation. They
Okay.
don't want and nobody in India and Pakistan wants to be the same country. It's accepted. It's divorced.
They just want
There's
Kashmir.
closure.
That's it. Just want Kashmir.
They want
So if
Kashmir
India
is
takes
disputed
Kashmir
territory.
back,
India
they're gonna be
cannot take
happy.
the Pakistani administered Kashmir. India has already taken its side of Kashmir back.
but if they had taken that whole territory that it wants, they'd
There
be
will-
happy.
there- if India tries to take the Pakistani Kashmiri side back,
Yeah.
there's going to be a massive war, the degree of which humanity has not seen in
No
a long
way.
time. Yes, I'm
Compare
telling you.
World War II level? Worse, you think?
I'm talking. There might be casualties in the hundreds of thousands. Yes,
Oh,
that's
hundreds of thousands.
and guess what? China is a very close friend of Pakistan, and China and India have been fighting across the border over what land? Like Chinese soldiers killed 50 of Indian soldiers recently, so they're already occupied with Chinese conflicts.
Oh yeah, Modi and Mao don't like not Mao. Sorry, they don't like each other. I forgot his
President
name. Xi. Yeah.
Xi, yeah. Well, they've
was
been going
thinking
at
Mao.
it because China and India are competing now, right?
Yeah.
Very similar countries, labor costs, etc. China also has a lot of economic investments in Pakistan,
hmm
so it has a vested interest to protect them.
China's very smart, bro. They have economic interests everywhere.
Yeah,
They own land everywhere.
but they're building some crazy infrastructure in
China?
Pakistan. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
insane.
They're amazing.
So India and Pakistan, if the war happens, China is definitely siding with Pakistan. It already has made statements in favor of Pakistan, and
And Putin would side with Modi.
no, Putin would side with China because Putin and China are closely aligned.
But
right
Modi and Putin are pretty aligned too.
now. Not really. Modi
Didn't they just have a meeting?
Modi
few
just told Putin this is not the era of war, which is very ironic. When he invaded Ukraine, he said,
Did
this
he
is
say
not
that?
Yeah, exact line. This is not the era
Recently?
of war. Yes,
That's the last time they spoke?
I don't know if that's the last time. They
No,
spoke.
but I thought they spoke recently and they were shaking hands and like they were happy.
Yeah, world leaders meet. Modi told Putin this is not the era of war. And if he wants to stand by that statement, he should not be retaliating over.
You wouldn't do it if you were him?
If I was India, bro, this is the worst thing that can happen. My country's doing amazing. Why pick a fight with a lesser? Pakistan is nothing. Who are we? We're not, bro. India has
I know, it's
surpassed
sad.
Pakistan in every single thing.
Yeah.
The only thing Pakistan still has is its military. So if you really want to give Pakistan an opportunity to get united and like actually find joy in something, they would gladly fight a war with India. It's not going to go down economically well for Pakistan either, but you're giving Pakistan a gift by engaging in military activity because that's the only thing we're amazing at. I'm telling you, the Pakistani military is insane. These people are crazy. They're crazy people, bro.
Really?
That's the only thing we have left as a country, the military.
Who was that? Okay. Really?
That's the only thing they have left as a country. the military.
Well, I still don't know if they even have that.
They do. They have nukes for sure. India has nukes.
No, yeah. Okay, so that's what you're saying. You're saying in terms of nukes, they're crazy.
No, even in terms of like Air Force, like
How many nukes do they have? Do you know?
thousands.
No, they don't have thousands.
Why are you doubting this? I'm telling
Pakistan
you.
doesn't have thousands of
Yes,
nukes,
they have
bro.
thousands of nuclear weapons. Yes, buddy. That's why everybody's so concerned. They both-
Thousands?
Thousands, yes. I'm pretty
Warheads.
sure. Yes, nuclear warheads. I'm very confident. They have thousands.
160.
That's what you looked up right now? Yeah, that sounds accurate. Look up
Look-
India now.
India has 170.
That's
Okay,
10 more.
very similar. Now look up
No,
US.
Look up how much.
Why doesn't the U.S. just try to take over the world?
Nuclear art they have. Look at it's not really going well.
3,748.
We would destroy everybody.
Can you look up how much nuclear arsenal? No, look up nuclear arsenal. That's warheads. That's not the entire nuclear force. No, how many nuclear
Pakistan.
weapons, not just warheads, does Pakistan have? It's a lot. It's a lot of weapons, man.
Yeah, but come on.
They can both kill each other. There won't be.
No, but the U.S. would take over anybody and
Yeah,
everybody.
the U.S. can.
Yeah.
And the U.S. is
170.
okay. I was wrong.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't. I don't even.
That's still a lot. Still a lot.
Yeah, it would destroy all 1.5 billion Indians, 100%.
America has killed far too many innocent people.
But to be honest, if you guys threw nukes and if Pakistan threw nukes and India threw nukes, it'd be much more devastating for India.
Yeah, because there's more people.
Yeah,
And it's more densely
and
populated.
I think you guys would technically win that.
There's no winning in war.
Okay, shush, bro. Coming on top, 100%. You guys would be seen as coming on top.
Sure, man. Pakistan. What's left?
You know, I don't know if that's actually true because Germany didn't come on top and they killed more people than anybody in World War II.
But that's not a war.
That was the
So
genocide.
in the modern conventions of war,
Yeah.
you can't. War is
It's
a war
tactical.
crime. So it's tactical. So it's based on military targets. How do you
Still war.
kill more soldiers? Whoever
Yeah.
kills more soldiers, that's the number. It's not civilians. 'Cause
No,
that
whoever
doesn't-
takes
that
more
doesn't count.
land, right?
No, it's mostly casualties, like military casualties. The targets.
So Russia thinks they're winning because they have more casualties?
huh?
Because they've taken more casualties?
They both say each side claims they've taken out more people. You know,
Interesting.
but technically Russia has gained more land
yeah.
since the war started.
See, that to me is more of a win, land, than people.
But if the thing is,
Sad, bro. It's
that can't happen in this area because Pakistan already administers a portion of India. Sorry, a portion of Kashmir.
Yeah, but
Azad
yeah.
Kashmir, it's called. And
Okay,
India
but
already has their
Ukraine's its own
version.
place,
Huh?
and then
Yeah,
you-
but that means you were invading, right?
right. So they invaded
Russia
Ukraine.
invaded Ukraine.
India can invade
Yeah, and
Pakistan.
vice versa. Pakistan can invade India, which would be
That's not
crazy.
gonna happen though. Pakistan's not gonna invade India.
Pakistan. I don't know. Dude, honestly, I'm telling you, bro. Both of these countries are they're Desi people, South Asian, the most unpredictable. You know these people, unpredictable people. They might wake up feeling something one day, and they might go to sleep. The most toxic, passive aggressive, every single combination of the human emotion combined.
See, to me, that is the most insane thing ever, bro. A piece of land. That's what everybody's crying about. It's insane to me, dude.
Can you just share it? You have it on the week.
Who cares, bro? Just take care of your people. That's it. That's your only job, motherfucker. Your job isn't to take more land.
I think historically both countries have been in the wrong, but recently I do have to blame India because they've been controlling this portion of Kashmir literally like an authoritarian. They don't have internet access most of the time. They crack down on Kashmiri. Like just after this terrorist attack,
Yeah.
they arrested 1,500 Kashmiri civilians and put them in jail.
Really?
They destroyed homes that they thought were of like these militants without a shred of evidence. So when you do that, when you persecute,
How do you know
bro,
there was no evidence?
Huh?
How do you know there was no evidence?
according to UN human rights, how can you find evidence in the span of like a week or like even a day? They started doing this a day after. What happens is, bro, they take out their anger on these Kashmiri civilians, and oftentimes these civilians then get radicalized and they're like, we want our own country.
Yeah.
Which is it even radical to think about? You want your own place? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
it's
terms of
radical.
political thought, that is
I
radical.
guess, yeah. I guess Americans we're all radical.
Yeah,
man.
we're very
Yes,
radical.
We are. But my point is, it's India. They took away this constitutional right that Kashmir enjoyed.
Yeah.
They destroyed local politics in Kashmir, and terrorism is there. Now, does Pakistan? I will give India. India is not just like this crazy country either, right? They're not like a Israel. Hopefully, I think. I hope it's not the case. They keep saying Pakistan is funding these terrorist groups. Has that happened in the past? Yes, but in Kashmir, it has been different because Kashmiris themselves are sick and tired of India.
You guys were hosting Bin Laden.
I don't know about hosting because a lot of I don't think tell me be completely honest with you. I don't think Pakistan knew Osama bin Laden was there. Like I don't think people knew Osama bin Laden was there.
Come
Which is hard
on.
to believe because he was 6'5". Like how do you not know
That's
he's
insane
the
to me,
tallest
dude.
Arab terrorist in the world?
That is insane to me.
I have
Like,
a whole
he's
bit on
6'5".
this. 6'5". How does it take 10 years to find a 6'5"
I don't know.
terrorist? And he's Arab. They're not the
I think
tallest
if
people.
CIA intelligence knows, Pakistan would know. They are the country they're
because
living
they
in.
were allies.
Yeah.
You know, Pakistan and
So
America.
Pakistan would know.
I don't think
Bin Laden's
Pakistan
there.
knew. I was there.
So how
when
would
this
the
happened.
U.S. Why wouldn't the U.S. tell them? Why wouldn't the U.S. tell them?
They just want, dude. When you're trying to kill a terrorist, you don't ask for permission. This is because America was like,
Why didn't Pakistan say anything? Hey, dude, they're literally committing strikes in Pakistan.
Pakistan
Is scared.
First of all, it was a deeply secret Navy SEAL operation. It wasn't like a military was invading over land. It was a bunch of helicopters that popped in to airspace, American helicopters, so you can't shoot them down. That's like an act of war. So they flew into
America would shoot them down.
Abbottabad. Huh?
America would shoot them down.
Yeah, because America runs. Bro, come on. Daddy versus like baby.
I know.
What are we
Thank
talking about
God.
here? What time is it, Russell? 8:30. It's 8:30? Okay, my guest is here. I think we should end this podcast.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah, he's here. He's at 8:30.
Actually 8:30?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Time.